This school is an incredibly supportive school, and I definitely have had conversations with people I don't even know about nationals and if they're going to come, because I think it would be really cool for the whole school to experience something this big on such a big level, and it would be really cool for them to see the women's basketball team.
Things can get hectic, especially during the month of March. We have our two biggest tournaments of the season, so Pac West and the Nationals, and then finals are right around the corner.
You guys should all come watch our national game or volunteer, and you can get it for free if you volunteer, and come support the Mariners. Woo!
It was going to be a major moment for Vancouver Island University basketball as the women's team was poised to make a run at nationals in front of their home crowd. For the second time in 6 years, VIU women's basketball was playing host to the Canadian Collegiate Athletic Association, or CCAA Championships, scheduled for March 18th to 21st, 2020 at the VIU Gymnasium. 7 other teams from across the country would be converging onto VIU's home court for a chance to capture gold. With high hopes for the home team, excitement was felt by players and students alike. Unfortunately, the world had other plans. As the COVID-19 pandemic inevitably hit Canada, the CCAA had to make a decision. On March 12th, the national tournament was cancelled.
My name is Amber Lease. I will be a fifth-year economics student in the Business of Administration program. I'm from the U.S. and I play on the women's basketball team. Coach posted on the Facebook page that they'd canceled the national tournament and that he wanted us to hear from him first. And I remember I was in my room and I was living with CJ, Courtney Buckley, who's also a member of the team. And I remember looking at my phone and getting it, and I was just like, what? Really? And so I walked into CJ's room and I was like, it's canceled. And she just looks at me and I was like, CJ, they canceled it. And she's like, what did they cancel? I was like, and then I started crying and I was like, the national tournament, they canceled the national tournament. It felt like you were getting broken up with and you had no answers as to why it happened. They just disappeared.
Hi, my name is Aliza. I'm a nursing student in my second year and I'm from Chilliwack, BC. We kind of saw it coming because we had heard some things about COVID spreading and stuff like that. But obviously, lots of people were devastated with that news, especially our older, fifth years and stuff, who it would be the last time they would be competing.
My name's Sydney Fetterly. I'm in my third year at VIU, and I'm an English major and a math minor. It was a tough moment for us because one of my roommates was a fifth year. And so we knew that the news would hit her harder than us, even though it was a difficult situation for the whole team. And she woke up for a nap, she came downstairs and she already knew. And we kind of just sat there for a little while and we had kind of already assumed it was going to happen. It seemed like the right decision to make for everybody's safety. And so we kind of felt like it was coming, but we didn't want it to. And so we sat there for a little while. We kind of just were sad about it. And then we went and got ice cream.
Like everyone else, the team had to deal with something none had expected they'd have to. Only this time, the door was shut just seconds too soon, leaving the team stunned and asking, what now?
I'm normally the person when the season's over, I've always got something to say or something I'm really grateful for. And I would say that Thursday in our meeting, I was just kind of speechless. But all we could do was let everybody know that I'm here for you. We're going through this together. Don't feel alone.
It's definitely a switch in my role, more going into thanking them for that year. I was the only rookie, so I definitely was one of the players who was learning the most from them. So saying bye, things like that, it was a little bit more difficult. And I think my role will change slightly this year, but mostly still be learning from the older players.
I kind of took a step back and I just took some time for myself, but I also was really open to having teammates contact me.
As is a theme of people dealing with COVID, the players adapted to the situation to make the best of it. The break also offered an opportunity for lessons to be learned.
I'm really grateful to have really great parents and really great grandparents that support me through all of my endeavors. And my grandparents live here in town, and they have quite a large driveway. And so we built a basketball hoop out there.
I do really like to keep myself busy with training and lots of outdoor hiking, since you can do that without coming in contact with people.
It was definitely a learning curve moving home and realizing I still actually had to do school. That was interesting. I actually learned a lot from my brother. He came home and he's a fourth-year engineering student at UVic. So he definitely knows a lot about time management. And so if I would just be sitting on the couch and he was studying in the corner, I'd be like, oh, maybe that's the right thing to do right now.
There are many question marks surrounding the upcoming season for VIU's women's basketball, with the Pacific Western Athletic Association canceling organized play for the fall, while returning in 2021 is no guarantee.
They've decided that we're not going to have a first half of our season, but it's in the works right now that we'll have a second half of a league season. So we're looking forward to that. And then we'll see if we have a national tournament. They make an announcement in October, and hopefully we'll be able to still have the second half of a season and make the most of what we can get.
Yeah, there's just definitely a lot of uncertainty, so we're just taking things step by step and learning what we can actually do and figuring out how we're going to be training. So it's going to be a lot less contact, but we're still going to be able to get in the gym.
We know for sure that we get 2 training days a week. So that means probably training with our assistant coach or our main coach and doing skills and probably small group competition. We're not sure if we're allowed to scrimmage yet. So that's going to be interesting because that's a big part of basketball. And then we're allowed to weightlift, which is nice. So weightlifting with your team is a big part of being in a sport, and it's definitely going to motivate us quite a bit. But after that, we're kind of just taking it 1 week at a time.
The women's team is taking it all in stride, remaining hopeful they'll be able to compete for the title again and finish what should have been.